What's up, everybody? Mike Lyons here. So what we're going to do today is a full push day with dominance of your chest movements. Still going to hit shoulders and triceps, but it's more like a chest dominant push day. So what we're going to start with is a plate loaded incline press. So let's get into it. All right, so when you get into something like this, you always think where the bar would hit you because it's independent arms. So wherever your arm is, still chest up. You want that full stretch at the back. So the bar right now where my hands are will be kind of mid sternum, mid chest. And then you're doing like a 3/4 press out. Always going down to feel that full stretch at the bottom. And then full flex to the top. Common mistakes for stuff like this is obviously people always try to go too heavy. Remember, this is your starting exercise. So you want a few feeder sets. So super light, just to get blood flow, get the tempo and everything under wraps. And then yes, you can have a few working sets at the end. But this is your first exercise. Just getting blood into the chest is the main goal. And getting everything warmed up. And then I would probably have 2 to 3 feeders and then 2 to 3 working sets where you're increasing the weight. Rep range, once you get into your working sets, you're looking at like anywhere from 8 to 12, something like that, depending on how heavy you're going. But get those warm-up sets before you jump. So make sure you're completely warmed up before you start jumping that weight. But that would be the way I would start this day. It's going to be more of like a kind of upper dominance, but we are going to have a little lower chest development as well. So that's it for this one. Exercise number 2, we're going to do decline plate loaded machine. One big thing I want to touch on with any sort of like pressing movement, chest, shoulders, anything like that. The whole goal, yes, is full range of motion, but do not sacrifice full range of motion for breaking your form. And that's what I mean is over rotating your shoulders in one direction. So for something like this, what a lot of people do, so get yourself set where you're gonna feel that stretch, but when they come all the way out, they round and they like completely push their shoulder over in the front. Well, you don't have to do that. Like, now what I'm doing is I'm feeling a full flex in my front delt, and I shouldn't. So the whole point of this is chest. Like, I'm here to do a decline chest press. So I'm only going until that flex is at its utmost. But as soon as I go here, I'm not flexing my chest anymore unless I'm squeezing it mentally. It's pretty much my triceps and my shoulders are completely taking over. So yes, if you want to call it a partial, great. It's more of like a 3/4 movement, but I'm concentrating on the bottom end stretch and where chest is still full tension. And that's where I'm stopping. So you always got to think about that when you're doing stuff like this. Is the big prevalent thing in social media now is range of motion, which is correct. Like, I completely 100% agree with that. But don't sacrifice full range for breaking your form. That is the one thing that kind of negates full range. So in like a chest press this way, if you're pressing out, a lot of people do this whole shoulder rounding thing because they're trying to get that extra couple inches. It's not helping you at all. All it's doing is putting pressure on your shoulder capsule, and it's going to create injuries down the road. So all you're doing is coming out. Remember, pushing that back against, bringing that chest up and flexing that chest. That's as far as you need to go. You don't need to go any further than that. Once you feel your shoulder come off that pad, you're taking chest out of the movement, realistically, and putting all that pressure on the shoulder and the tricep, which negates what you're trying to achieve. So, in my mind anyway, that's my opinion. For this one, where you're already warmed up in that one, I would just do 3 to 4. All working sets. Start low, build yourself up to the point where 10 is hard. So your first one's just like a feeder. get a weight that if, say you get 15, put more on. Say if you get 8, take a little off. So you're going from like anywhere from 8 to 12, but you're failing at 10. So when I say fail, I mean you're going all the way to partials at 9, 10, 11, 12 could be partials for three working sets. Exercise number 3, we're going to do a plate loaded, it's more of an incline dumbbell, but a plate loaded incline fly. This machine's real great for people that have a lot of mobility in their shoulder. It is a little tougher for people that with less mobility. So get into it. Get right into that spot where you feel that full stretch. Same thing when you're coming up. You're putting the tension towards your pinkies. And you see that I'm not adjusting here. The tension's just there. I'm just shifting the tension from like index thumb to here. I'm not shifting my wrist. So all the way full stretch, up, full stretch, up. And I'm still using that technique of when my hands go up, my chest comes up and my back goes through the bench. So when my hands come up, I'm still doing the whole back through the bench, chest up. So back through the bench, chest up. So that's a major thing. And you can notice I'm not swinging the weight. I'm not like going super fast with it. Tempo is a big thing that a lot of people misconstrue as well. So we'll touch on that on another video, but this is a great 3 set for chest. For this one, I would go anywhere from 12 to 15 reps and really concentrate on that stretch and the squeeze, controlling the weight. So don't go super fast, control the negative, control the positive, nice and slow tempo. So 3 gear exercises. Now we're going to move on to shoulders. I'm going to do a plate loaded shoulder press today. But just to kind of go over why I chose those 3 exercises. So you have your incline, which is the upper pec. You have decline, which is the lower. And then you had that plate loaded incline fly, which is more upper and medial. And then it's helping you get that kind of development on the interior part of the pec. So that is why I chose those 3. And the next push day you would have in the week, you would more so concentrate on more of a shoulder kind of day, more shoulder movement, stuff like that, and increasing the weight on your shoulder movements than your chest movements. So this one we're going to do 3 to 4 sets, anywhere from 12 to 15. So you're not going to go super heavy. It's more of like kind of a pump feeling. And we're going to go basically just a normal shoulder press. So again, always you want to go control the weight tempo, and you see that I'm stopping right at about 90 degrees with my arms. So I'm not going any below there, and I'm not going full extension. I'm going only 3/4. 90. 3/4. Again, once you go full extension, all you're gonna do is look at my arm. Like my triceps fully flexed now, and there's barely any. Like, yes, my front delt is flexed, but most of the flexion right now is my tricep. So myself, like for me personally, I'm a tricep dominant person. So for me to go beyond that point, it's just, I'm just doing triceps. Like that's it. Like I disengage my shoulder and it's all tri. So I don't really see the point of taking the tension off the shoulder and putting it somewhere else. That's just, I always press to you guys that it's more common sense than it is anything else. So why, if I'm in here doing shoulders, would I go an extra 2 inches and have my triceps fully take over? It doesn't make any sense because I'm going to be doing triceps in a bit, so there's no point in doing them now. So just control the weight. And the reason I don't come down below here is because that is exactly how I had my injuries. My rotator cuff tears. Anything below 90, I used to be extremely strong in shoulder press, and that's how I tore them. So, like I said, 3 or 4 sets, you're going to about 12 to 15 reps, just tempo. So it's going to be nice, slow, controlled, feeling every inch of that range. And then you're going to be moving on to a quick little superset. So what we're going to do is we're going to do side laterals, and then right over to bent over row rear delts. So same technique that I always showed you guys before. So you're standing here, kind of let the dumbbells hang a little slightly, and as you come up, controlling that dumbbell. And you see that I'm not swinging. And that's everyone's misconception with these, is they'll do this and they start swinging it. And there is absolutely no tension on my shoulder when you do that. So you're gonna try to get 15 that way. And then you're gonna go into the rear delts. So come from the side, bend over, really let those dumbbells hang. And you're using your pinky is where the tension is. So if I'm holding the dumbbell, it's like all the pressure is on my pinky, letting them hang, and then it's away. Misconceptions are people go too heavy, but they try to grip it and they try to keep the dumbbell open like this, which takes the pressure off. Like, you gotta think, you're basically hinging at the shoulder. So you wanna let your shoulders hang in front of you, and then you're coming away from them. Because if everything's nice and tight up here, my traps are taking over. Like if I'm up like this, you can see my traps engaged, and it's all trap. So you're just putting the weight here, like literally on this bridge of the outer of your hand, and you're just swinging it. So if I'm like this, you can see my rear delt is flexing. It's right there. And my trap isn't doing nothing. So I'm just swinging away. Range of motion is not that long. It's not like way up behind you. It's just until that small muscle flexes. So it's like right here, and you're done. It's like super small. So it's a small range, small muscle. Yes, it does feel like you're swinging the weight, but consistently, but you want to control it. Like you're not swinging it, you're pivoting from here and controlling on the way up and the way down. So it's not swinging. Great exercise for both. You're trying to get anywhere from 12 to 15 each one, and it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You're gonna do 3 sets. Great finisher for shoulders. Now we're gonna move on to triceps. We're gonna do a little bit of a superset just to finish off. Again, more of a pump style, so you're going rep range up towards 15. Both back and forth, so no breaks. So we're gonna use this kind of new age rope that we have here. It's a new one that we just got at Fitness FX. So again, everything nice and tight. You want to have as much stretch on that tricep. So a slight lean in, you're still bringing your elbows together and pressing down. So we're gonna do 15 this way. And then as soon as you get to that 15, what you're gonna do is back, around, step forward, and away from yourself. Mistakes on this one is obviously people try to go too heavy, and then they're just putting too much weight forward. Like you want your elbows almost back towards your ears, and you're just extending out. So once you get into this position, you're locked. Everything's locked. The only thing moving now is your wrists. Your wrists are coming forward and going back. You're not like breaking your torso in and out. It's just extension, back, extension, back. Okay, so that's gonna be 15 for one, 15 for the next. Gonna do 3 sets of that, and that'll be the end of your full push day. So hope you guys like that. Give it a try. Any other full days you want me to kind of go over, like a leg day, a full pull day, or just a general back, arms, chest, shoulders kind of day, let me know, and I'll definitely put one together for you. Anything you guys want to see in the see me go over, write down in the comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm here for you guys, so hit me up. I'll help you as best I can.